What is crack-a-lackin', everybody?
We are north of the border.
This is the last game of the season.
The roof is closed for comfort. Today it's the rubber match of this three-game series
Blue
between
Jays
the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays.
will be going to the playoffs.
It's on its way next.
We will not, of course, but we will not lose 100 games this year, so that is a small victory.
Ross Stripling, a right-hander from the Keystone State, gets the ball as the starter in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
This guy's kind of hard to figure out. You think most pitchers would love pitching in their home ballpark, but he struggled at home so far this season. There hasn't been a lot of home cooking for this guy, and that's something he needs to turn around in a big way.
Austin Hayes the next to bat.
And Austin Hayes with a 739 OPS has been pretty darn good, I would say.
Ready with the first pitch.
So that is one of our outlooks.
Underway now in the Sunday
He's relatively young.
The first pitch today is taken for strike one.
So, yeah, so he's relatively young, so he's part of our rebuilding blocks. And very happy that he is done well.
Off the plate away, a ball and a strike.
Expos over the Yankees. They're going to knock them out of the playoffs.
And it's 1-2.
I'm going to need to see a better game plan out of the hitter right here. That ball was at his eyes.
Yep.
And a good pitch there. This is
Hayes goes down, swinging.
First out of the ball game.
That strikeout was all about setting the hitter up with hard stuff. You can see the first three
So
pitches
basically
are
what they were going to play Robbie Ray, but
the hitter is sort of conditioned for the hard stuff.
of course I
Yet
replaced him
another
with
way
Stripling
upset a
because
hitter's
Robbie
timing.
Ray is going to be
Josh
has to be
Harrison
ready for the
stands
playoffs.
in as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball one. Comes
Harrison,
in with that average down in the 240s.
pretty good,
10
a
home
pretty good
runs
pickup for
and
us. We'll have to
54
see.
runs batted in.
I think we got him next year, so that's good. If he
Here
does
comes
well,
the
it's a
1-0.
trade chip.
Had him lunging at that pitch away, and it's 1-1
Not
now.
good.
So let's take a peek at the officiating crew in this one. Behind the plate is Kenny Jansen.
Hey, the book on Kenny Jansen, D-Road, not a very big zone, but he will give you that low pitch below the knees.
Yeah, and he's consistent. You're okay with that as an offensive player. He wants to give that pitch below the knees. If this pitcher can execute consistently,
Oh, he botches it.
better make the adjustment.
The recovery won't be in time as it beat the throw to first.
Jeez, this looked like a routine grounder that just got away from him. Every school kid knows that you've got to look it all the way into the glove. He didn't, and now they've got to deal with a one-out base runner.
Into the box, Cedric Mullins. As he'll take a look at ball one. Mullins is one of the few true superstar hitters in the game. You're no doubt aware of it, but it doesn't matter who he's facing. He's a major league threat to hit the ball hard somewhere just about every time he steps into the box.
Yeah, one of the best hitters and truly blessed by the gods, but I don't think people realize the amount of time and effort this guy has put into honing his craft to become one of the great hitters in our sport.
And he watches a called strike as this one bears in on him. 1-1.
So Cedric's up there, 278. I think he's in the top 30 in batting average. He's got his 30 home runs for the year, but not 30 stolen bases.
From the belt, the pitch. And this
He's
one's
been
high
caught
and tight,
way
backing
too
him up
much.
2-1. Throw over to the bag. And he'll get that
All
in
right, so
safely.
they're really worried about Harrison stealing a base.
Harrison leads off first with one away. Big
Oh, and that's got to be gone.
field and deep. Boom goes the dynamite.
Oh, no, Cedric Mullins does not have 30. He has 29 homers.
A two-run blast
Leading
to
the team.
straightaway right field. 29 home runs for him on the year as the Orioles are now out to a 2-0 lead.
Love the homer in the top of the first inning. Give your pitcher a chance to kind of regroup and gather himself with an early lead.
What a crack off the bat that was. Look at the guy in the bullpen. And look who's back, everybody.
Chris Davis at the plate now.
Could be injured most of the year, Chris Davis.
As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. The average not quite where he wants it, down in the 220s.
Actually, this would be
home
considered
runs
a
and
great
22
year for Chris
RBIs.
Davis. 226, 6 home runs. After the last couple of years he's had, this is a step forward, but
1-1 the count to Chris Davis.
But again, this is, you know, he hit his 300th home run, career home run.
Two
So
balls
that's
and
great.
a strike to the Orioles first
He,
baseman.
I still think
I don't blame him for
he
not coming
leads
over
the
the heart
team
of
in
the plate.
walks.
He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
2 balls and a strike. Here it is.
It's clear he just hasn't been able to find any rhythm out there. Pretty much unable to hit any of his spots, and now he's at 3-1, and he's put him into another great hitting count.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swung on and missed. That's strike 2.
You could tell by the hitter's balance after that swing that he's seeing the ball really good. His timing is right there, and I expect him to catch something clean.
Lifted down the line in left, and that will end up a foul ball.
Well, somebody's sitting off speed right here. Only way he was late on that heater
Yep,
is he was
that's
expecting
exactly what I
another
was.
changeup.
High and deep down the left field line.
No!
And foul. Making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And now this.
Oh no!
There to deep
Yes,
right
7
field.
homers.
Right fielder looking up.
Yes!
Boom goes the dynamite.
7th home run for Chris Davis, coming back strong.
It's a solo home run for Chris Davis, number 302 career, and the Orioles have now taken a
302
lead.
homers. Pretty good.
It's very early, but he's looked out of sorts from the beginning. They've already roughed him up for 2 homers, and they're not done yet. We'll see if he can regroup or he blows up. Could go either way at this point.
Pitch. Heading out towards shallow right. Into the slide.
Ooh,
And
nice
comes up with a
slide.
great catch for the second out.
Not every jump is going to be
Nelson
perfect.
Cruz, the old man.
That certainly wasn't his best, but he made up for it with unbelievable closing speed and was able to make a great sliding catch.
So now to the plate, Brian O'Grady.
O'Grady,
He will take a look at strike 1 on a fastball right down the pipe.
who we
I
grabbed
think
from
this inning
San
could have
Francisco.
far-reaching effects in this game. They're really making him work, and unless he dials it in, it's probably going to limit how deep he goes into this game.
Ground ball
Ooh,
into the
right to
shed.
Vlad.
Scooped up, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over.
Great inning for us.
2 home runs in the inning lead to 3 runs on the scoreboard. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. It's the Orioles 3 and the Blue Jays coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on
Oh,
the
one
show.
of those runs is unearned from the home run.
Keegan Aiken starts the game on the mound for the 3rd and final game of
And
the
yeah,
series.
we
What
skipped,
do you have for us, Son and Danny?
We skipped Lorenz,
Every pitcher comes out of spring training hoping they can make somewhere between
and
30
we want the young
35
guy to have
starts.
the
This
last
guy
start.
will be making start number 30 on the year. He's reliable, he's dependable, and he's been pretty good all season long. 30 starts, not an easy thing to do.
Yep, that's exactly right. We want him to get 30
Takes
starts.
this the other way to right, and that
There
finds
you go.
some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So the leadoff man is aboard to start out the inning.
It's so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you took your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player. Fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
Kevin Biggio is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0. Well, guys, these Orioles entering play today. They come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Hey, thanks, Matty. Hey, you know what, D-Roll? Try to get on kind of a little mini winning streak here. Losing the first game of this series, winning game 2, and hopefully winning this series by pulling one out here today.
Yeah, Dan, they were able to shower that first loss off in the first game of this series and had a nice bounce-back game yesterday. Let's see if they can steal the series right here.
Kevin Biggio. I love the fact that, you know, I love Toronto. They have 3 second-generation players.
Well out in front of the breaking ball there for a strike.
On first base is Bichette. His father, Dante, was key player in the Rockies.
It's going to even up.
Kevin Biggio here, his dad, Craig Biggio, Hall of Famer. All-time hit-by-pitch guy, Craig Biggio, was a catcher. No, don't, can't catch it. Oh, he can't pick it up. But we get the force out. That was a hard one for Bichette, actually. It's like if you go, you get caught.
I don't know how that happened. Looked to be a base hit to the outfield, but then all of a sudden the throw comes in and they get the force on the play. To be honest, that just can't happen.
But the thing is, like, yeah, if Harry Carey, with the opening little log there, I can't do a Carey. I was gonna do like Harry Carey doing this with me, but I can't really do a good Harry Carey impression. But if Harry Carey was to go, "Hi, is that would tell me how?" Yeah, mine sounds like Christopher Walken or something.
Stepping in,
Vladimir
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. as he will take a fastball in there at the knees.
32 home runs, 297, great. I was so worried because he was kind of like hitting around 260, not hitting a lot of home runs.
First with 1 out.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, Vlad's the most talented player, stat-wise, in the league.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And he's really doing bad. So I was kind of worried. But he's come on strong. Ooh, that was bad. That was bad.
I know he stole a strike right there, but he wants to get that curveball down. Or
don't leave that curveball up. Even I could hit a curveball that high over the wall.
Misses, ball 2.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
And a half-hearted
got him.
Time, but they'll say he broke
right.
the plane, and that's
Tommy Edman, 30 stolen bases.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire.
Trey Turner with 26 stolen bases. He was shocked.
Once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their
Simeon's come on strong too.
To be the case there.
I don't think he's going to get a great contract like he got with the Rangers in real life, but he's come on strong at the end of the year. Let's see how he does in the playoffs.
The 0-1 pitch.
Zach Wheeler, 24 wins. Been a long time since you've seen a pitcher with over 20 wins.
Change up just off the black, and it's 2-1.
A lot of players with over 15.
From the stretch. And just
yes.
never could commit to the swing
there we go.
He went around, and it's even now at 2-2.
Woodruff, 2.13. Euler, 2.36. And yeah, the Brewers starting pitcher, it's not a surprise to see there. And nice.
And with that, the side is retired.
Very nice for
Atkin. Left. We'll go on to the top of inning.
Want him to finish strong.
The runners at second and third with 2 gone. Hammered the other way to deep right field. Ball that's carrying. He can't get there, so the inning will continue. In at second safely, as we're now tied after a pair of runs score on the play.
Now back, left field.
In now, Notice Williams. And now a walk is going to be called here. He didn't wait till he got set, and that may make things a little easier for them to score that run. He moves up to third now with 2 away. He squares it up and hits a bolt to left center. And a base hit, and that'll get the run in from third.
I think we've got a case right now. This team, they're just facing on a pitcher that he's given up some runs. It looks like he's starting to get a little bit tired. leaving some of these pitches up in the zone.
Yeah, and I think there's a fight at the bat rack right now. Guys are licking their chops, knowing he's a little bit tired. Going to leave stuff over the middle of the plate. Won't be surprised to see the bullpen get called.
Reined in. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. And a fastball called. The side is retired.
Nice.
Blue Jays held in check.
So
Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and
double
I believe
double
that means
switch.
we're going to have
Love
a
it.
double switch here.
Kirby
Yates comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top
Kirby
of the
Yates,
ninth.
the new closer. After Jordan Romero last time we faced him last
All
month.
set for the start of the inning, and next to hit is the catcher, Pedro Severino.
catcher, number 28.
So this is it. See, bottom of the order.
First pitch coming, here it is. Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball one.
And this is probably Pedro Severino's last at-bat as an Oriole.
Misses for the second ball.
Well, no, this is Pedro Severino's last at-bat as an Oriole. We are not going to offer him arbitration. We got Adley Rushman, who is by June next year will be
Slider taken for a cold strike. 2-1.
our catcher.
Nasty 2-0 slider right there.
So
for a strike.
probably Taylor
No shame in
Davis
tipping your hat.
will be our starter for the first month.
The 2-1. See a right-handed batter waiting next, but he could very well be pulled back as the situation dictates. And the 3-1.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Chapman hit his 25th home run there for the A's.
Pulled high in the air out to left field.
Jeez.
Gurriel has him played perfectly as he puts it away for out number one.
All right, 2 outs away from the end of the season.
At the plate now is Jorge Mateo. First pitch on its way. 1-1 game here at the top of the ninth.
A lot of pitchers going 8-9 innings.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1.
Going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment with his slider release and at least tempt the hitter that it's going to be a strike.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Grounded back up the middle. Simeon's got it. And an off-balance ball
Oh,
is in time
nice
as he
play,
takes
especially with
one
Mateo.
away. Wow.
Speed. Of course, there's Wong
This is
again.
not an
9 innings,
easy
4
play where you
hits,
have to
9
race to your right.
strikeouts.
He really didn't have a chance to get his feet
key
set.
pickup
So
in the Trey
this
Turner
is
trade.
all arm. Nicely done.
That's a good thing about having a shortstop play second is that arm. Most second basemen play second base because. Yeah, you know what? We'll put Trey Mancini in
Trey
there.
Mancini will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
280, 18 homers, 853 OPS. What a comeback season for the man who so far has beaten stage 3 colon cancer.
First pitch of the AB on its way. The average right at 280 coming in. 18 homers and 65 RBIs.
Jose Altuve, 330, wins the batting title over UL
And there's
Coryell.
a called strike two.
Get
Now
outta
they're
here.
down to their final strike this afternoon. Crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Swing and a miss.
got
He
him.
struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
All right, we're back here. Oh my God, the Reds picked up Max Scherzer, and it did not prove fruitful as the San Francisco Giants just destroyed them 7-0 in the wild card game. Winker and Castellanos, the ones who carried them, Votto, of course, has been good as well, but Winker and Castellanos are the ones that have basically carried this team. They just couldn't get it done, even though they did their best. Castellanos and Moustakas both had a triple. Man, leaving guys on there. But San Francisco, they're great. Let me see. Stolen base, Turner and Kiermaier, the two guys that they picked up. Got rid of younger Duger, who has a promising future, for Kiermaier, just for that defense in center field. Because Kiermaier was not hitting well. I think he was hitting in the 230s, but he comes on fire in the wild card. 3 for 4 with 2 Arby's. Two Arby's roast beef cheddar melts. No, 2 RBI. And Belt and Posey, healthy, destroyed the competition. And Crawford, who just came off the IL, I think about 4 days before the end of the season. And so he's batting second. Trey Turner, just like he was in the Dodgers, playing second. Because Crawford is a better shortstop. Slightly better. That's it. But Trey Turner now playing second, which means they also have Donovan Soliano, who batted about 278 with 16 homers on the bench. And then you have the third base, nice platoon of La Stella and former Ray, whatever the hell his name is, Longoria. Longoria. But yeah, that was it. Scherzer, 2.2 innings, 3 earned runs. Oh my God. Then Miley comes in, gives up 4 runs, and it was over. Gossman, 8 innings pitched, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Garcia comes in for 1 inning pitch. Wow. So, yeah, that's it. That's Max Scherzer. I guess Trey Turner tipped off the other guys. So, that's it for today. The Knights have won the AAA champion. Okay.
Inside the Show with Justin Allegri.
Welcome to the show, baseball fans. Here's what's going on in the baseball world on this October morning. In the National League wildcard game, the San Francisco Giants grabbed 13 hits in the game as they ran over the Reds, as they will now continue their postseason run and move on to play in the National League Division Series. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back here tomorrow and all postseason long.
And in another dominating performance for the other wild card, the Montreal Expos, formerly the Tampa Bay Rays, formerly the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, 7-0 over Cleveland Indians, who will not be changing to the Guardians. Stupid name. But the town of Cleveland said, okay, well, you know what? We're not going to be called the Cleveland Native Americans. We're going to be called the Cleveland Indians. And that's... it's the Indians from India. So, we are going to basically, dedicate our whole team to all the immigrants coming over from India. And so now Indians from India have their own baseball team to be proud of, even though most Indians actually love cricket. And but you know what? That's it. So what a horrible thing to just basically, oh, well, we'll get, whatever. Anyways, let's see. So, but they get destroyed. Margot, 3 for 5. He took on the right field reins when they traded Austin Meadows to the Tritons. The Norfolk Tritons, who used to be the Miami Marlins. And young man Wander Franco goes 2 for 4. Joey Wendell has the 2 RBI. Araziano, who was the 2020 amazing postseason player, strikes out 3 times in 4 at-bats. But Choi, one of my favorite players ever, Chubby Choi, 2 for 5. He hit a dinger to basically put this out of reach. And stolen base, Margot and Phillips. Phillips also took over the center field reins when they got rid of Kiermaier. So Phillips more than capable of doing such. And then for Cleveland, Rosario did well. He's a good piece of that Francisco Lindor trade. He actually did better. Him and Jimenez, who's now playing second base. So those are the two big key pieces they got for Francisco Lindor, and they both individually they hit better than Francisco Lindor. So a win-win trade. They got two players for the price of one, and each of those two players out-hit the guy that they got rid of. Reyes, Bradley, I mean, nobody hit. Eddie Rosario injured, so yeah, they didn't have him. Brock Holt 1 for 4. That was a key piece of the Texas trade that they got rid of. I forgot who they got rid of. They got some prospect. Texas got some good prospect for a decent prospect for Holt. And yeah, Glasnow, 9 innings, goes the distance. 6 hits allowed, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Bieber, just like Max Scherzer, just disappointed in the postseason. And then Anthony Goss, their only left-hander in the bullpen, just it didn't matter. And then Karinchak, who lost his closer spot, continues to do poorly. And yeah, not good. Philadelphia just destroys Milwaukee. Holy crap. The hell that happened? My God, Hoskins, Bryant, Kemp had 2 walks. Bonifacio. Why the hell is Bonifacio on the here? Okay. My God, that's disgusting. Nolan didn't last long. Got Moore in the bullpen, who sucks here. Woodruff, 6 earned runs. What the F? Dude might win the dude's probably going to be the runner-up next to Wheeler for the Cy Young Award, but jeez, man. And here is probably going to be the best series. It's the San Francisco Giants versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. And the Dodgers easily win that one. Yastrzemski went 2 for 4, so that's good. Solano struck out in his pitch hit appearance. Oh, Turner had an error over there at second base, not his natural position. Oof. Here it was their pickup, Javier Baez, who came here. Bellinger had a double and a triple. Nice. So even though he's had a down year, not as bad as he did in real life, but coming aboard here. Bueller tried to steal a base. You sneaky little guy. Not the greatest from, well, I say pretty damn good from Bueller. Webb, not so good. But that's the problem with when you do the wild card. You got to go, your ace is not there. All right, here we go. So it's Montreal and Toronto. Robbie Ray. Montreal doesn't have Glasgow, so they have to go with Yarbrough. And Toronto beats them. Oh, yeah, I think Toronto's going to destroy Montreal, really. Toronto just has, unless they get an injury, unless they have a major injury, because Toronto doesn't have good backups when it comes to position players. And they only really have 3 starting pitchers. Matz is coming on. Steven Matz is coming on strong at the end of the year. But I think he's got a 4.6 ERA, so he's not great. David Phelps, the long reliever, actually came and really came alive with this new lower home runs, less strikeouts league. And less walks as well. So David Phelps really, with his great curveball, really excels. So Toronto does have 2 two very good starting pitchers in Hyung Rio and Robbie Ray, of course. And David Phelps is a very good number 3 guy. And you only need 4 starting pitchers in the playoffs, really. So maybe 3, depending on how good you do in the playoffs. And Toronto's bullpen is very good. Montreal's bullpen is not good at all. A lot of underachievers in the Montreal bullpen. So I see Toronto just beating them. I think Montreal will get a win, squeak out a win, but that's it. I just think they're going to get one win. Franco there, 1 for 1. Uh-oh. Looks like Franco may be hurt. He went 1 for 1, and Escobar had to come in. And Escobar, holy crap. What a pickup from Kansas City. 3 for 3. Just a throw-in for a trade. Let's see. And then Choi. Oh, yeah, left-hander. So Diaz, 1 for 4. It looks like he hit a 3-run blast. Yes, he did. So that's a good platoon right there. It's with Choi and Diaz, Yandy Diaz. But, yeah, Guerrero, 2 for 4, 2 RBI, 3 for 4 for Nelson Cruz. What a great pickup that was. And that's just because, and the only reason I traded Nelson Cruz to Toronto is because Toronto had Gurriel, who was really slumping, and they really wanted a better right fielder. So Hernandez goes to center field because Grinchalk or whatever his name is wasn't doing so well. So Hernandez goes to center field, and then they got Cruz. I think it's been a great pickup for him. Let's see. Yarborough, not good. Archer. Oh, Chris Archer, he goes back to his old team. He was doing really good. He's doing really good in September, which is why he's on the playoff roster, but that doesn't look good. And then Robbie Ray didn't do so well. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 3 earned runs, but he got the win. And then Simber and Yates have been a nice 1-2 punch ever since Romero got fired from that closer spot. Chicago and Houston. This one is tough. Everyone in Houston has Jose Altuve is out. He's got a broken shin. He's out for the year. So that's it. But they have Correa and they have Bregman, Tucker, Brantley. Jeez, I mean they're good. And Toro, their young Abraham Toro, who was a great prospect. In real life, he was traded to Seattle for their closer, Graveman. But here they kept him. They kept him this year, and it's good they did. But they have Toro and they have Darby Swanson, who they picked up from the Braves. So they're good. They're even without Altuve. You put Brantley in the leadoff spot, and he's not a great on base percentage guy. He's decent, but his thing is average. His whole on base percentage is average. He can hit it anywhere. So Brantley's good. They have Verlander. They have McCullers, Verlander, Uquindi. They got Valdez. They got a lot of good pitchers. Houston. Chicago has Lynn, Giolito, and then it kind of goes from there. They got former Astro. Can't remember his name, and they have a formidable offense. But I see Houston squeaking by. I say Chicago gets 2 wins here. So let's see. Oh, Chicago got the first win. Lance Lynn. Well, Lance Lynn is their big man. You got Tim Anderson's doing great. Louis Robert, I think that's what he wants to be called. He wants it English. So, again, like I said, any Hispanic name, I usually sit there and I turn it into French. So, Louis Robert. But that's not how you pronounce it. Abreu, 0-5 with 2 strikeouts. Very surprising there, but they still won, so that's a good sign. Jimenez, one of the top guys leading in home runs. Machado had a really good streak with home runs, but his big thing is he hits doubles. So he's very good for a number 5 hitter. Conforto, pickup from the Mets, not doing good ever since, didn't do so. Hasn't done really great since the trade, but hasn't done horrible. He's done better than he was with the Mets. Grandal is just one of the league leaders in walks as a catcher. It's just amazing. And it looks like he hit a grand slam. Yes, he did. It looks like it's got to be a grand slam. And then McNeil, another pickup from the Mets, 2 for 4, and he's got a nice platoon there with Machiak or whatever his name is. And so the Astros, they got Brantley, Gurriel, who was second in batting average, but he went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. That's unheard of. He doesn't strike out 3 times. That's wow. Lynn had his number though. Tucker, great year he had. Alvarez, same thing. He was like in the league for the home run title. I think he finished 3rd. Correa was hurt like he usually is during the year, but see how that goes. Toro, 1 for 3. And Maldonado, not an offensive guy, but very good at framing pitches. And what that is a catcher, it's where you fool the umpire. So what you do is you grab if it's a little bit outside, what you have to do is you have to have very good reflexes, and you got to have very good weight. You got to have great reflexes, and then you got to freeze. You got to fool the umpire. That's what framing is for a catcher. And Maldonado, everybody, Houston Astro fans who don't know any better sit there and go, why do we have a 210 hitter at catcher? Well, because he makes the pitchers look better. That's why. And so Fry came aboard in August, I think, at the end of August, and I think he's got a 1.7 ERA. So he's been amazing for him. Crochet, been steady. Chicago has a better bullpen than the Astros, I think. I would say they do. But because of the playoffs, Houston could put Valdez in their bullpen, which makes it even more formidable. They got Will Smith, pick up from the Braves. So they're not as bad as they were in the beginning of the year. But I think Chicago has a better bullpen. They performed better this year. Philadelphia, Milwaukee. We'll have to see what goes here. Milwaukee has the better rotation by far. And Philadelphia, 2-0. 2-0 over Milwaukee. So, Segura. And the thing with the Phillies, like 1 through 5, since they picked up Bryant, are amazing. So Segura, Riamoto, Harper, Hoskins, Bryant, great. After that, Gregorius, a bad defensive shortstop, is been declining hit-wise. They picked up Matt Kemp as a flyer because he was doing so good in Colorado. Came aboard Philadelphia. Has been okay, but hasn't been great. And Bonifacio is starting in center field because Hazley has a lingering injury, but he should be back. If the Phillies move on, Hazley will be back. But Bonifacio is showing that, keep me aboard, man. He didn't really have a lot of at-bats during the year. I think he got a cup of coffee. He maybe had 8 at-bats. But Jesus, he hit a grand slammy, man. He hit a grand salami here. Holy crap. Guy's like, man, I should stay. So you get rid of Janikowski or something. Put him off the playoff roster. Milwaukee did better than they did last game. Yelich has been coming aboard. He's had a horribly disappointing year. But his average was kicking up towards the end of the year. His homers aren't there. So it looks like he may be, instead of being a home run guy with this new universe with home runs down lower, it looks like he might be a triples hitter because he was top 3 in triples this year. Kane, 3 walks. Amazing. Very good for a leadoff hitter. That's the prototypical leadoff hitter, man. 1 for 2, 3 walks. That's awesome. Wong is just basically, he bat 298 this year, so he's the number 3 hitter by default. Adams And then after that, Milwaukee really goes down. Shaw is a very good on-base percentage kind of guy. And so now they're down 0-2. I might mix up their lineup. I might put Shaw as the second hitter. And then just put Yelich 3, even though he really doesn't belong there. Or put Yelich down in the order, like 5th or 6th. Vogelback, very powerful, but he doesn't really hit for a high average, and he strikes out a lot. Walker was a disappointment, but that was the AI. The AI traded for Walker, I think. Navarez, Peterson, and Milwaukee has a really good 1-2 punch when it comes to their catchers, Navarez and Pena. But the right fielder, they traded for Adam Duvall, and he has a broken hand, and he's out for the rest of the year. So that's a big blow to them. So, and Kane has 2 stolen bases. Oh my God, this is one of the best leadoff box scores that you'll ever see. 1 for 2. It would have been even better if it was 2 for 2 with like 5 runs. But 1 for 2 with a run, 3 walks, 2 stolen bases. That is an amazing freaking leadoff hitter right there. That's Ricky Henderson-esque right there. So Wheeler continues to dominate, but he walked 5 times, only struck out twice, 2 batters, and he was the major league leader in strikeouts, I think. I think he beat Chris Sale for strikeouts. So not good. He couldn't get Kane out. That's the problem. He walked Kane 3 times. Alvarado Bard. Kimbrel gets the save. So good trades by Philly with Kimbrel and Bryant. They had to give up a lot, though. So, I mean, the Cubs have 2 starting pitchers with Spencer Howard and Ranger Suarez, and they have a dominant closer in the main inning with Sir Anthony Dominguez. And I think they picked up a position player as well. So the Cubs really made out in that trade as well. And the Phillies, if they don't get the World Series, it's kind of a bust because Kimbrel's a free agent and Bryant's a free agent. Burns did what he did. Burns, he's been injured. He's been the injured guy. So 1 run in 6 innings, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Couldn't ask for more. But Boxberger, who had a very good year, but just one bad outing. And that's the problem with relief pitchers. They're so they're so sketchy. Anyway, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Los Angeles leads 1-0. It's going to be Kershaw versus Wood, and Kershaw is kind of getting old and losing a lot in some attributes. We'll see. Wait a minute. Alex Wood pitched last game. Hold on. We ain't doing that, man. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Logan Webb pitched. Okay. So Webb pitched last time, so it's okay. Through today, so Alex Wood versus Kershaw. Oh, Los Angeles just squeaks by. Oh my God, the closer. Oh, Rogers, who had a hell of a year making up for I forgot who their closer was, but he was injured very early in the seasons. Rogers took over, had a great freaking season, and in the playoffs, he loses the game. And Wood did a great job. Only 3 hits allowed. 2 runs. 1 is unearned because of an error. 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. Amazing. Kershaw reinventing himself. Only 2 hits allowed. Went 6 2/3. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. He's not the strikeout king he used to be. But the Dodgers have a very good bullpen. Jansen, though, blew the save. But Derek May, one of their starting pitchers who had a very good season, back in the bullpen, came aboard for the win. Wow. What a game. Let me see. So caught stealing Turner, and that's the other Turner, third baseman. Baez hits another dinger. Seager gets a key double. And it looks like Seager's the one that won the game. Crawford. Oh, Crawford had the key error. Ooh, one of the top guys for Gold Glove, but shoot, man. Rogers and Crawford. Home run, Posey. Posey had a nice key home run. I don't think he'll retire like he did in real life. So, Dubon, who was basically subbing in for Crawford before they got Turner, and then he was basically the second base shortstop backup, utility infield backup. He hit 307 in probably 200 at bats, so he stayed aboard, and he could play center field and left field as well. So there you go. Ozuna, so far, not a great pickup with the trade deadline. All right, we're back. So it's Toronto versus Montreal. Let's see. Rio versus McHugh. Oh, McHugh was another guy who was in the bullpen, and he just did so well that he became starting pitching, and he kicked ass. So stimulate game. And Toronto gets another one. Margot doing very good, 2 for 4 up there. Brujan taking over for center field against lefties. That's basically it. Here, Bichette, their first 3 hitters. That's all you really need, man. Guerrero with it looked like a 3-run homer. Yep. So Guerrero gets a 3-run bomb, and yeah. Jansen has a nice double, but they win it in the bottom of the 8th against Kittredge. And that's what I'm saying. Look at their bullpen, not so good. So when it goes to the bullpen, it becomes a bullpen game. Montreal's chance of winning goes down significantly. But McHugh, 6 innings, 6 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, no walks. Very good. Ryu walked maybe 1 too many, but that probably led to his earned run. But 6 hits allowed, 7 1/3, and then Simber and Yates, boom, 1-2 punch again. Chicago, Houston. Chicago's got a squeaker here, but can Verlander get him a win? That is amazing. So the White Sox at Houston, 1-2. And Abreu, 3 for 4. There he is. It didn't amount to much because it was all the Mercado and Conforto show. So Conforto, it's one of those things. It's like the Eddie Rosario trade. Eddie Rosario did not really do much in the regular season after being traded from Cleveland to Atlanta. But in the postseason, he was the man coming around. So Conforto with a nice home run. The Astros, Correa, Bregman. Stubbs just got in there with because he's a catcher and he can play outfield as well, so, or the corner outfield position, so yeah, so he's doing well. And stolen base, Giolito did a great job. 9 strikeouts, only 1 walk, 1 earned run, 7 hits, and 7 innings pitched, and it looked like it was an error that got Astros back into it. So who got the error? Jose Abreu at first base, because in real life he's a DH. Oh no, he is a first baseman. No, he's not a DH. Verlander, looks like Verlander was freaking hurt on the first. That's what caused this. Sometimes luck just does not go your way. Come on, San Francisco. They're at San Francisco. It's Trevor Bauer versus DeSclafani. And San Francisco gets the win that time, and Rogers nails down the save. Seager was the only guy getting some offense here. Well, Seager and Baez. Bellinger did pretty good. Pollock did awesome. Did Pollock get a third triple? Usually gets triples. Seager got a double and a triple. But it was Trey Turner. Trey Turner and Yastrzemski, essentially. So, yeah. Nice. So, Turner, yep. Trey Turner had a homer. Okay, so he had a homer and Yastrzemski had a homer. And, yeah, so they squeak out a win there. Won't get eliminated so easily. Philadelphia at Milwaukee. Peralta versus Trevor Williams. Philadelphia picked up Trevor Williams and Kimbrel and Bryant from the from the Cubs. And they did it. And they did it. They beat Milwaukee. Kane, Yelich, 2 for 4. So he showed signs of life, and it's pretty good for Milwaukee going on the future, especially the season he had. So it might be an aberration. So hopefully he'll come back next year and do very well. But the rest of the team, I don't know. They got to do something, right? They have great pitchers. You got to do something here. As for the Phillies, Matt Kemp. Oh, Matt Kemp and Trevor Williams adding to his own cause. What is it? Double? No, but Bryant had 2 triples and Kemp had a key home run. Was it Kemp with the 3-run homer? No, he had a 2-run homer. But what a freaking trade that was. Harper, and it's Harper, 0 for 3. In real life, the Phillies, if Harper didn't do well, they lost. If Harper did well, they had a 50-50 chance of winning. So, and Hoskins was hurt in real life with an abdomen issue. But yeah, this is the Phillies going on, and Peralta had a bad game there. 10 hits allowed, 5 earned runs. Gave up 2 homers. Trevor Williams did 8 strikeouts by Trevor Williams. That's unheard of, but he did it. And Matt Moore, I don't know why Matt Moore is pitching that late in the game instead of Hector Neris, but okay, so let's see if we can wrap this up in style. Can Toronto get rid of these Expos? No. Montreal, like I said, Montreal squeaks by a win. High-scoring game. Nelson Cruz did well. Simeon and Gurriel did well. Guerrero had a key error, it looks like. Simeon McGuire with doubles. And Toronto's one of those few teams that have like a nice 3-way catcher kind of thing. They got Kirk, who can play, who catches, could play, I think, left field and first base. And then they have Reese McGuire, who is the left-handed hitter, so he's a good key, he could be a good key pinch hitter because he doesn't hit as bad as most catchers. And he hits very well against right-handers. So here it was Zunino was their catcher, who was basically feast and famine. He's the key. He's the strikeout, homer, or walk kind of guy, batting about .213. But he gets a key home run here. Lowe, who had a very bad season, couldn't even trade him because he was that bad. But goes 1 for 4 with 2 walks. Going into the number 2 spot. There's Zunino and Escobar, but it doesn't bite him in the butt. And Phelps had a very good regular season, but got the nod to start in the playoffs over Mike Leake, and that might have been a mistake. Fleming didn't do great, but it was enough to win, and their bullpen stuck in there. Kittredge and Archer with 2 innings pitch, and Springs gets the win, their left-hander. All right, so can Chicago shock the world here and sweep Houston? Kushel, that's the guy who used to be the Astros pitcher, and he's doing very well because, again, this is a universe where there's lower strikeouts, there's lower walks, and less homers. So, but higher averages. And Kershaw is one of those guys that can induce ground balls, doesn't strike out a lot, and doesn't walk people. So, let's see. No, Houston destroys them. It's a hit parade, but it looks like Kuchel, not Kuchel. See, again, I go French, man. Kuchel. Wow, he just couldn't make it up. Alvarez 2 for 4. I think he won the MVP too. Led in RBIs and doubles. I think he was like second in homers. I think Alvarez won the MVP award. We'll have to check that after in the next episode. Correa 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Just like Carlos Correa in real life, he only hits when there's cameras on him. And he only hits when he's healthy and in a contract year. I feel sorry for any team that gets Carlos Correa. I really do. He's going to get injured, but he'll be healthy when the contract ends. But he's going to be a disappointment, really. Brantley, boy, they just destroyed him. But Robert 4 for 4, and Abreu and Conforto still continuing. He's only batting 200, but he's getting key hits. And Robert, Abreu, and Conforto. And let's see, Garcia. Yeah, again, they got starting pitcher up the wazoo over in Houston. Only has to go 5 innings. Looks like James got hurt, maybe. And then you got Smith and Smith. I forgot who the other Smith is. Okay, so, and Kuchel, Jesus, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, 6. Yeah. Dude, I just built you up, and you basically did everything you're not supposed to. Michael Kopech, who was the starting pitcher. I was debating Kuchel or Kopech as the number 3 starter for the playoffs, and both of them disappointed here. Kopech got put into the bullpen, and he didn't do well there. So Los Angeles, San Francisco. I think San Francisco has a win here. Let's see if they can get another. It's going to be Johnny Cueto, who had a pretty decent year. And wow, he continues to go against the odds in his declining years, and he beats the mighty Los Angeles Dodgers. Scattering hits. Posey 2 for 3. And Dubon. Ooh, good call by me to start Dubon against left-handed pitchers. 1 for 3. He got a homer. And Longoria, another one. He only starts against left-handers at third base. 2 for 4. So this win by the Giants is all me for the lineup. Urias didn't do so well. 4 walks, 1 strikeout. Their bullpen, of course, did really, really well, as always, for Dodgers. Cueto, he did what he had to do to win. 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. But you know what? The San Francisco bullpen, who are amazing, held it down. And Rogers is pissed, it looks like. Like, dude, I'm coming in. I'm striking out all 3 of you because, God darn it, I blew that save. Right. And Jake McGee was their closer, who was injured like the first week of the season. Actually, I think he was injured at the end of spring training. He hasn't even played this year. Okay, so here it is. Toronto, like I said, I called that one, didn't I? Montreal's going to get 1 win, but Toronto's going to win the series, and that's exactly what they did. And it was Steven Matz versus Joe Ryan here. And who's the man? Vlad Guerrero? No, it is Nelson Cruz, their key pickup. Batted at .461. Hit a 3-run bomb. Semien, there he goes. Didn't have a great season like he did in real life. He hit a good number of doubles, but not a lot of home runs. So he wasn't dominant like he was in real life, but he's going to get a nice contract. And Montreal just... Oh, Montreal, Franco did get injured. So that was a key guy that they couldn't have. And just the amount of left-handed pitchers. Choi just was not really part of this game. Yandy Diaz got more at-bats, and he batted less than 100, .090. Matz was not. He did basically what he did all year. That's basically his line. If you averaged his line for the 20-something starts he had, that was probably it. You know, maybe it was like six hits and 6 innings pitched, 3 runs allowed, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. That's basically a Steven Matz line this year. So, but good. Romano, no longer the closer, he came in. Now it's a nice 1-2-3 punch. Look at that. Romano, Simber, and Yates. Everybody else in that bullpen is like, hey, man, can I pitch? No, you can't. Montreal, Joe Ryan gets the nod here. Did good, did decently, but just hung one there for, Nelson Cruz? Yep, hung one there for Nelson Cruz, and Nelson Cruz will take you deep. Chris Archer, probably his last appearance, definitely as a Expo, but probably in his career. Who knows if somebody will pick him up. Well, if he does get picked up, he'll be a AAA player more than likely. But yeah, he had a nice little resurgence, a nice little year coming back from oblivion. So, can Houston tie this up? Urquidy versus Kyle Gibson, a key pickup from the Rangers for the White Sox, especially since Carlos Rondon is out for the year. And that's it. The White Sox do it. But it's a bullpen game. 5th inning. Okay. Brantley goes 3 for 4. And the White Sox shock the world because everybody thought the Astros were gonna do it again. And as for the Astros being hated for the trash can incident, first of all, I don't care what you say. Listen, if Major League Baseball does the stupid instant replay, which you shouldn't have instant replay in baseball. That's it. You got enough umpires there. If you screw up the call, and usually that makes a better story, especially in postseason, is a bad call by an umpire or something, which they make. You got so many pitches thrown, you're not going to call strikes and balls 100% of the time. But, of course, you got some of these newer baseball fans that I can't stand. I can't even talk baseball with baseball fans the last decade because they're just all they talk about is war, which is calculated, depending on who you ask, is calculated a different way. That's not mathematics. If you have something that's calculated a different way, it's a bad mathematical formula, but yet everyone loves war, right? So whatever. And then they have all these other ones like FIPS and VoIPs and launch angles and hard hit balls, whatever. It's ridiculous, and it really kills the spirit of what baseball's all about. Anyway, so I can't talk to baseball fans for the last 10 years or so. I just don't. It's just, God, I can't even picture them. What a new age baseball fan looks like. I know what the football fans look like, but I don't know what the baseball fans, are. But that's all they talk about. I forgot my point. I'm just ranting about that, but I'm killing my point. Oh, okay. So yeah, they want an instant replay because everything's got to be fair. Well, life's not fair, and I'm one of the living proofs of life's not fair. It really sucks. I might be dead in my 40s, so life's not fair. No one says life's going to be fair, but the point is, if Major League Baseball put the cameras for instant replay near the dugouts. So if Major League Baseball puts the cameras there and you're looking at the cameras and the camera shows behind the pitcher, that's what it does. It does that Just like this game, it's an offset of the pitcher. So you can see what the pitcher's doing behind his back. So if I was a baseball player, a Major League Baseball, I'd be looking at the camera. And if I saw that he was tipping his pitches, I would tell the guys at bat. So cheating bullshit, man. It's like the best players that ever played, Ty Cobb, Walter Jansen, they cheated. They cheated by like knowing, oh, this guy's tipping this off or this guy's doing this and this. Like Ty Cobb versus Walter Johnson. Ty Cobb would sit there and he'd lean over the plate because he knew Walter Johnson didn't want to hit anybody because he threw so fast. And they didn't have batting helmets back then. So Ty Cobb would lean the freak in and take one off the arm. And Walter Johnson would be like, oh, my God, are you okay? And Ty Cobb would kind of like, oh, God, my arm. And Walter Johnson the next time would pitch him away. And Ty Cobb would just smack it over the third baseman's head. That would be cheating, right? In today's game, that would be cheating. But let's see. So... I don't really care if the Astros freaking did bang garbage cans. It just means they were smarter than everybody else. Take out the freaking cameras, and guess what? You can't use them. But that was Major League Baseball's black eye, just like every other thing they do, like the runner on second and the 3-pitcher minimum stuff. Everything that Major League Baseball office does is just a disaster, and it's a shame. And that's why baseball's attendance and viewership is going down the toilet. I mean, if you can't beat the NBA, for crying out loud, I don't know what to tell you. Because the NBA is just garbage now. 3-point shots, that's it. There's no defense. There's no strategy. There's really no... You could take a playbook in the NBA, just throw it out, and just say, find the guy for the 3-point shot. And that's it. That's all it is. It's a one-dimensional game. That's what baseball is, a one-dimensional game. Except, well, it's a 3-dimensional game. Strikeout, walk, or homer. That's it. Rant over by the old fuddy-duddy. Anyways, so Abreu, 470. Nice. Anderson, 3 for 5, 368. And that's what you have to do. And Robert as well, batted 312. Didn't do anything this game. But those are the 1 through 3. And it was Grandal, the catcher there, that sealed the win here. What did he do? It looked... Oh, he hit a triple? Grandal's like the second slowest guy behind Albert Pujols. And he hit a freaking triple. Holy crap, that had to be misplayed 100 times. And then you had 2 pinch hitters. Vaughn, a young guy who plays first base, but there's no DH. So unlike real life, you can't basically put Abreu at DH and have Vaughn play first. So he's like a key left field, right field, and pinch hitter. And then Mendick, who is platoons with McNeil at second base, came in. So both their pinch hitters took a walk. And Engel came in as a pinch runner, it looks like. Did he? Yep, pinch runner, and he got caught stealing. But Engel is a good defensive and runner replacement, which is another reason I like no DH. Because you get these guys that are good pinch hitters, you got these guys that are good utility fielders, but you still have that nowadays with the utility guys. Because the DH, it doesn't matter if there's DH. A good utility guy is a good utility guy. Put him in right field, put him in center field. Could put him in second, could put him in third. Doesn't matter. But you also, with no DH, you also have these guys that are good pinch runners, like Engel and Billy Hamilton. They keep a spot on the roster because you could put them in there with a 1-run lead, and they could go first to third, or they could score from first on a hard hit double. So anyways, Urquidy, oh my God, Urquidy had a great, at the end of the 7th inning, Houston Astro fans were sitting there going, oh yeah, we're doing good this time. And then Baez comes in and he just has probably the worst game of the year for him. James was not hurt, apparently. So James comes back and he pitches a nice 1 inning. But Kyle Gibson, what a key pickup he was, especially with with that key injury. Carlos Rondon out for the year, so good pickup. I think Chicago and Philadelphia, the reason they're making it to the league championship is because they're the good trades that they did. And Fry was just in AAA. He was an afterthought. He didn't think he was going to play in Major League Baseball, and due to an injury, and he gets called up, and he just runs with it. So he wasn't doing that great in AAA either. So, but in Major League, in the majors, freaking dominant. And Hewer gets the win. 2 pitches, and that's it for this. So,
Inside the Show with Justin Allegri.
Okay, so the Giants come back. What a freaking comeback by the San Francisco Giants. Kevin Gausman. And it is Buster Posey saying, nope, I am going to the World Series again. I don't care. I'm going to will this team. And then Trey Turner, who was a key pickup by the Dodgers in real life, but here he was picked up by the Giants because the Giants offered more. And then it's Kiermaier, picked up from the Tampa Bay Rays, who did not hit so well this year, but when it counted, he did what he had to do. And Solano, a #1 pinch hitter guy off the bench, and they still have Flores, who was a great third base, first base, second base backup. So LaStella had a key double, but it was Posey time. And Kiermaier had a key stolen base. Wow. Gausman just shuts them down. What do they have? They had Seager and Baez. That's it. Muncy, I mean, he's walked. He's had a good on-base percentage. Turner's been good, but Betts has basically choked in the playoffs. And it's really just been freaking Baez. Seager gets key hits that, he's getting the RBI. He got the RBI in the runs, but he batted .238, but it was Baez who really came aboard. And we'll have to see if they actually keep Baez. I don't think they will. Baez, Smith, and Pollock. 3 errors. That'll do it. That is why you lost. Nebel. For some reason, Nebel got the start. Someone must have been injured, because I don't think Nebel's part of the pitching rotation. But he did freaking well. But it was Jansen. Oh my God, Jansen is trying to keep him in the game, but nope. And it was the errors. That was it. It was the 3 errors. You get 2 runs for Nebel, but only 1 earned. 2 runs for Chafin, but only 1 was earned. But Gausman didn't do great. But the bullpen, Little Hand Rogers. The San Francisco Giants' new nickname for the next round of the playoffs is going to be called Little Hand Rogers.